At Interiors, Joan and Associates, they carry some of the area's most exclusive home furnishings and accessories.
They know the latest trends. They work with the best manufacturers in the world and bring competitive prices to clients year after year.
They do. So how do they do it? Welcome back, Lindi Janulewicz. Good to see you, Lindi.
Good to see you guys.
Hope you had a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you guys too.
Yeah,
Thanks for
so
having
you
me
guys
today.
go to this High Point. It's called the High Point Furniture Market.
Yes.
You do it twice a year, right?
Yes.
What's the whole goal and the concept behind that?
So it's held in the fall and in the spring every year. So we go twice a year. We send a team, and it's really the biggest trade show for our furnishings industry in the whole entire world. Over 11 million square feet of show space. Wow. Over 2,000.
11 million.
I know.
11
I know.
million?
11 million. 2,000 exhibitors, and our team goes and they take a span of 4 or 5 days, and they go to all of our different vendors and they research the new trends. They purchase inventory for our showroom floors and also for our clients, and they learn about the new collections that our manufacturers release every season. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, you are up to date then.
Totally up to date.
Every season, which is really
bringing the
important.
trends back to the Midwest.
I can't imagine all the ideas you walk away at with that. From
Well,
that
with
show.
11 million square feet of ideas. Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What were some of the highlights that your team found this year?
Sure. Well, some of the new trends are to, number one, a trend is what it is. So, you know, there's a whole bunch of different materials and different options. The lines are very deep right now. The companies are offering a lot of different things. And so it's key to work with a professional so that they can help you find the things that are best for you. So I know right now we're looking at a piece that actually has already arrived in our showroom. It's a bone and stainless steel cocktail table. Like I just talked about, a lot of integration of different materials in the different pieces.
So what is that? Obviously you got glass, you have metal on the corners.
Glass, metal, wood, bone,
Yeah.
and then also, I don't know if you can see that little corner under the Morning Blend logo of a chocolate sofa. So
sure.
color, no gray, no more gray. You know, we're seeing some color come back, which is exciting. So that's good.
That's so here's another accents
here's another
on
cocktail
the corner.
table.
Yeah.
Again, we're showing the acrylic and then a kind of a pearlized metallic finish on that wood. And the different integration of the materials can sway a piece either more contemporary or more traditional. So this piece would go more contemporary.
I like that. It's different than your standard. I mean, you
Yeah.
can see this is a sofa or a
This
chair
sofa,
here.
Yep. So
Okay.
in upholstery, we saw a lot of really textural fabrics, not a lot of pattern, not a lot of color, more simple fabrics, but more detailing in the way that they're applied. So there you see metal feet. Here we see quilting and the nail head detailing. And on the corner there, another exposed, there's another angle of that particular sofa, that exposed wood framing on the sofa. And then you can see the different types of nailhead detailing. And here's kind of a flanked frame for the sofa, which is really pretty. And then you can float it, and it doesn't necessarily have to sit against a wall, which is kind of fun.
Right.
Now, what about
more flexible.
the top color choices for sofas?
Well,
And I'm not,
lots of neutrals.
Yeah, I'm
lots
not
and
seeing a
lots
lot of
neutrals.
colors there yet.
No,
on the
not a lot of
sofas.
color. And here in art, you know, that's one way we can introduce color. So in our art, we're seeing more overscaled single pieces rather than a collection of lots of little pieces, which is kind of a swing in different direction this season. And also the art can take a grouping either more traditional or more contemporary, just in the flavor that it is.
This really it took a turn right here.
This has a lot going on. Lots of trends in one shot. The blues, of course, were huge. If there was color, a lot of it was blue. And this particular shot shows painted wood, stained wood, the metals, kind of that new French brass, which is kind of the new metallic that has come back, glass, and then kind of that almost Eastern Asian influence with the pattern on the fabric and the shape of those ottomans, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
I like all the different colors and incorporating.
It's exciting to put that in.
Some of these accessories. Those are pretty
Yes,
interesting.
yep, very good. I'm proud of you. Yeah,
you,
so
yeah.
yep,
You know what an accessory is.
I
so
do.
here are the
I
accessories.
accessorize.
And it's fun to do something more sculptural. We have some kind of organic metallic shapes here and kind of that natural cut crystal. And it's better than just another vase, you know?
Right.
It's just kind of fun to incorporate different shapes and different objects, and they complete your look. Oh, this shot. Where do I begin? It's so beautiful.
It's
that
very
console,
pretty.
Yes,
It
that
is
console
gorgeous.
has a finish called a back painted glass, which gives it kind of a fresh, more contemporary finish, which is exciting. Again, the overscaled art, and then those case pieces on the side are really flexible.
I was gonna ask
Yeah,
about
you can
that.
use them for display or storage or a dry bar. And that hardware, I mean, that's the piece de resistance. When you look at that, it really makes it. You know, the
that
reeded
is
finish is
fancy.
pretty, but the hardware is
And
gorgeous.
that console, I'm having a hard time visualizing what that is. Is that wood on the front, or what is it?
Back painted glass. So it's
Back
glass
painted
that's
glass,
painted on the
okay.
back to give it that interesting finish.
Interesting.
Oh,
Okay.
now dining tables.
Yep, here's
We're
kind of
going
a
round,
fun,
right?
fun trend. Everything's going round, which is great for smaller, more intimate space and for conversation. And we also saw an increase in kind of that British Isles West Indies look with the caning and the reeding and the kind of woven textures, which you see in those stools. Here's another great example of the back painted glass. Those doors are glass with the finish painted on the back, and then they're encased in a cast stone frame there. The white part is the cast stone, and then that beautiful hardware on front, which makes it more contemporary.
Right. Now this I was looking at yesterday. This is interesting for a desk.
That's a cool desk.
Beautiful, beautiful. Lots of options for desks this season. And the cool thing about this one is that it's finished on all 4 sides, and it has storage on the front of it there, or back, whichever way you're looking at it. And people, they're looking for a drop station. They don't need the traditional lateral files and all the storage that they used to need, because things are so digital. So things like this, there's the front of it.
Oh,
These
wow,
pieces,
look at all that storage.
I know, and they're kind of almost appropriate for display too, which is great. But they work really well for the way that people are working in their homes now. They don't want a traditional office. They want something more relaxing.
And kids' rooms, we can feng shui the kid room, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. People aren't forgetting their children's rooms. They're not ignoring them. They're definitely spending time and interest in those spaces. And I think the key is to find pieces that are going to grow with your child. Don't pigeonhole them in an age or in a look or a theme. You know, if you find pieces that are a little more sophisticated, then you can kind of step them in as they grow and become more sophisticated themselves.
Well, we're running out of time, but what are some of the biggest surprises that you found this year?
Sure, I think the biggest surprises were the look of the British Isles, the West Indies, that caning. That hasn't been here for a long time, so it was fun to see that be introduced. And also the fact that a lot of our lines are carrying performance fabrics. And it's just kind of a realization by the companies that, hey, life happens, people have pets, they have kids, they live in these pieces, they don't just sit in a magazine. And so these performance fabrics like Krypton, and they have different finishes that'll really make them appropriate for real life.
Are there any don'ts that you came away with?
Sure,
things you shouldn't do?
Yeah, I think the don't is to not get so hung up on a trend that you bring every single piece in your home in that one look. You pigeonhole it, you get stuck in a time frame, and then it gets diluted. The look gets diluted. So be sure and cherry pluck things that you love and that really speak to what your heart desires.
Yeah, and pick your brain a little bit. Interiorsbyjoan.com is a website you can go to, or give them a call, 330-0685. Lindi, always great having you on.
That was really interesting.
Thank you.
Yes,
Good to
thank
see
you. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Well, coming up at